CBS News political director John Dickerson is joining us now from the set of Face the Nation. John, there was something you noticed today about the president repeating that his national security advisor had done nothing wrong.
That's right. The Michael Flynn episode is about what penalty there is for not telling the truth in the Trump administration. And today we got about the fourth explanation from the president on what his relationship was with Michael Flynn. The president said Flynn had to resign because the former national security advisor had lied to the vice president about a conversation Flynn had with the Russian ambassador. But the president was fuzzy on what Flynn had lied about. The president suggested that Flynn's conversation with the ambassador was a no-big-deal outreach that takes place during a transition.
Mike was doing his job. He was calling countries and his counterparts. So it certainly would have been okay with me if he did it. I would have directed him to do it if I thought he wasn't doing it. I didn't direct him, but I would have directed him because that's his job.
But that was the original story. The reason this became a firing offense is that Flynn lied about talking to the Russian ambassador about sanctions the Obama administration had issued in retaliation for Russian meddling in the election, possibly undermining U.S. foreign policy. When the vice president asked him about the conversations with the Russian ambassador, Flynn said he had not talked about sanctions. That's why he was asked to resign. But as the president described what happened, he wasn't clear about that.
And critically, those conversations happened before the president was inaugurated, when Flynn was still a private citizen. Now, the president can do very little going forward without the support of Congress. How do you think Congress viewed this news conference?
Well, the president loves to play to a room, even if it's a room full of reporters. And today was the president getting back to the old-time religion, what worked with him on the campaign, the freewheeling, the ping-ponging with the press, the ridiculing of his opponent, even though he doesn't really have one at the moment. He even did some impersonations. But the problem for the Hill is that Republicans fear that the president, while he has lots of power with the grassroots, what makes them anxious is his unpredictability and his lack of focus. They need him to be specific and push a specific message, even when that's sometimes a complicated message. And today's performance didn't necessarily show that he could do that.
John Dickerson, we'll see you Sunday on Face the Nation.